So for the first move in this tutorial, I'm going to teach y'all how to do this hang animation out of a Pro 3 behind the back. You have to be using Pro 3 behind the back. I've been doing this move since about October of last year. So I've gotten this move down really consistent and I know exactly how to do it. So you're going to want to get this behind the back and about the same angle I get it in. If you're behind the back's too sideways, you can't get it. And if you're behind the back's too vertical, you're not going to get the same animation. But I might add that your behind the back can be more vertical than when I have it in, but I'm going to explain that later. But it is the most consistent when you get this angle. And to do it, your left stick's going to be holding top left when you do your behind the back. Pretty much every single behind the back, unless you're doing it out of a walk back, you should already have your left stick top right. So about a half second after you do the behind the back, you're going to rotate your left stick from where it was top right all the way to about 8 o'clock while holding L2 the entire time. This move's not that difficult, but it's just kind of weird timing. You're rotating your left stick, but that's going to be a theme in this video. So, and also, if your behind the back is a little bit more vertical, just hold your left stick a little bit more down, more 7 o'clock range, than rather 8 o'clock if your behind the back was a little bit more sideways. So for this next move, you're going to wait for your hang animation to play out just a little bit, and then you're going to rotate your right stick from 6 to 3. Again, sorry that my hand cam was messed up. I spent an hour trying to fix it and I couldn't. I just want to get this tutorial out. So once you rotate your right stick from 6 to 3, you're going to wait a little bit, and then you're going to keep holding L2 and hold your left stick top right. And then you'll get the exact same animation you just got out of the Pro 3 behind the back. So if you want to, you can keep spamming this as long as you want to. And you can do any moving move out of this. You can do another behind the back, crossover, through the legs, whatever. So for the last move out of this little hang animation, I'm going to teach you how to do a walkback. So this is the exact same walkback that you got in 2K20. It's a correct walkback. So all you have to do is hold top left on your left stick. I know that I'm holding turbo in this when I'm doing the move. You don't have to. I just got into the habit of doing it because I was spamming 18s back in October when I labbed this. So you can choose to do it, you can choose not to do it. If you can't do it just holding left stick, then try it with turbo. But if your walk back is kind of ending really early, hold your left stick a little bit more up. And if you're not really getting a walk back at all, hold it a little bit more to the side. And to get the spin back, all you have to do is wait a little bit of, you have to wait until your until the ball reaches your right hand, and then do the spin back. If you're getting a spin back that you can only do like a stutter start out of, then you're spinning too late. And if you get one of the mess up spins, then you're spinning really too late. And if you're getting just like a Pro 3 or a Pro 4 spin out of it, then you're spinning too early. So now that we're done with the hang animation, I'm going to teach you how to do a simple momentum spin. So all you want to do is just do a regular momentum. It doesn't matter if you flick your flick your right stick up or to the right. So all you need to do is, after you do your momentum, you're going to let the animation play out a little bit, and then hold L2 and R2 and your left stick top left. And then immediately after you hold your left stick top left, you're going to rotate your right stick from 6 to 9. And to get the walk back out of this, you're going to let your spin back play out just a little bit, and you're going to hold L2 for about half a second, and then let go of L2 and hold your left stick top left. You can get a walk around out of this if you just hold your left stick bottom right, but I think we'll get into the walk around later. This is how you do a momentum spin out of an FG slide. So all you need to do for an FG slide is do your momentum. It doesn't matter if you flick up or flick to the side on your momentum. You're just going to hold L2 and flick down on your right stick. And then you're going to let go of L2 really quickly so you cancel that little hop animation you get when you flick down your right stick. And then you're going to let your FG animation play out for a little bit, and then hold turbo and your left stick top left, and then you're going to spin. This isn't the most difficult move in the world, but it still looks kind of clean. And of course, like I did in the video, you can do a walk back out of it. All you got to do is the same thing as the last one. You just hold L2 and then left stick goes top left. So this next move is gonna play a role in some moves coming forward, so I'd suggest getting the first part of this move down. So all you need to do is a little standing spin, and I'm pretty sure I already went over standing spins, but if I didn't, I'll explain it again. So all you need to do is just do a backwards half spin, rotate your right stick from 12 to 3, and then hold your left stick top left, but a little bit more, no, top right, but a little bit more upwards. And then it'll get this little through the legs animation. And once it gets the through the legs animation, all you need to do is hold up on your right stick, and then you're going to cancel that out really quickly by holding turbo and left stick bottom left. This is going to cause your player just to kind of run backwards, and that's what you want your player to do. And then all you have to do is hold L2, and then he's going to kind of spin around. And also, this is the first of many, but this move only will work on the left side of the court because you're just holding L2 and getting the animation from that. And if you don't know, if you only hold L2, then the mechanics work differently on both sides of the court. Now, let's say you wanted to do this on the other side, you just have to reverse the entire move. It still would work on the right side of the court. And then all you want to do is you're going to wait a little bit after you hold L2 for a minute, and then you're going to do your through the legs animation. And then it's going to give you a through the legs animation. It's going to kind of turn you around again. Cool move. And if you want to do a standing spin, just hold L2 for a minute longer, and then only left stick goes top right, and then just spin. So this is how you get a walk back out of this little size up. So you do everything the same, but instead of holding L2, you're going to let go of it a lot earlier this time. And then you're going to hold top right only with your left stick. And then you should be able to get a walkback animation. And this walkback's kind of nice because you can kind of dictate the angle if you want to go a little bit vertical to get your walk around. I'm going to get to that sooner. But you can do a walkback. I know you can do a walk around out of this, but just your regular walkback, you can do a behind the back out of this, crossover, through the legs, whatever. And I know in this clip, I did the switch hands move. Shout out to all the exhale clones out there. But nonetheless, so all you do is flick top left with your analog stick, or right analog stick, and then you're going to wait a little bit out of the in and out, and then you're going to slightly hold your left stick top right, and then you will get the switch hands and just spin out of it whenever you want to. It doesn't really matter when. And to get a walk back out of the switch hands, all you gotta do is hold L2 and then hold top left only with your left stick. So this is the first walk around I'm gonna teach you how to do. It's out of a walk back. This one's probably the easiest one to do out of all the walk arounds I know. So all you need to do is get a walk back with this exact angle. You want to have your back facing the goal. You just want to be moving backwards as straight as possible. You don't want to be going top left. You don't want to be going top right. The best way to get this walk back animation is out of the one I'm doing right here, and a momentum spin walk back. So once you have your walk back going completely straight back, you're just going to want to barely hold the left stick bottom right. And you're not going to hold turbo. You're not going to hold L2. It's real simple. You can get it pretty consistently, and almost every single animation you can do at least something out of, so even the mess ups look pretty good. Only thing I have to say for this is if you hold L2 and top right after the walk around Annie, then you can get a standing spin. But other than that, there's not too much to this move. So this is how you do a walk around out of a momentum. So as you can see in the video, I'm switching my dribble style to shifty. The reason I'm doing this is because I've heard from other people, and I agree that it actually helps a little bit. I have no idea why, But also, wingspan, the height of your player, all matters too when getting these walk-arounds and how consistent you can do them. So kind of just play around with the timing depending on it. And by the way, my player is 6'4" with just enough wingspan. I have 86 ball control. So to do the move, all you need to do is a momentum cross, and then you're going to FG slide. But you're going to flick up on your right stick when you FG slide instead of flicking down. You do this because you can't really get a walk around out of a down FG. I've done it before, but it's a lot less consistent than flicking up. So after you do your up FG, you're going to wait for the FG ante to play out just a little bit, and then you're going to hold turbo and bottom left on your left stick. Your mess up animations should look like behind the back animations. If your player is kind of doing a crossover where he's kind of moving forward, you need to move your left stick more down. And if your player's kind of getting a not a Steezo roll, but he's kind of like turning around like he would do a Steezo roll, then your left stick's too down, and maybe you're doing it a little bit too late. And when I'm teaching people, they always have they hold turbo and left stick down too early. So try to do it later than you think you should. So this is how you do a walk around on the other side. I don't see a lot of people doing this, so I'd just throw it in here just so y'all know that it's possible. So all you do is your momentum, the exact same thing, but you're just going to hold turbo and left stick bottom right this time. And of course, everything else is the same. So this is how you do a walk around on the other side. I don't see a lot of people doing this, so I'd just throw it in here just so y'all know that it's possible. So all you do is your momentum, the exact same thing, but you're just going to hold turbo and left stick bottom right this time. And of course, everything else is the same. So this is a little left stick snatch animation that you do out of a double cross. So you can do any move out of this. You can do a Pro 3 spin, and then you can do the little hang animation that I taught earlier. Same thing with behind the back. You can also do like that Pro 3 half spin walk back out of it, and I think that looks pretty cool out of it. But to do it, all you need to do is a backwards double cross. Make sure you have the same ball hand as I do in this video, so do your momentum spin walk back or this walk back, it doesn't matter. And then just hold L2 and barely hold your left stick top left. It's really simple. You don't have to time it. You can just hold your left stick top left and in the middle of the double cross, at the end of the double cross. So this is a walk around that you do out of a Pro 3 behind the back. This will work out of any behind the back that you want to do it out of, so you don't necessarily need Pro 3 for this. But the concept is the exact same as the one of the momentum. All you need to do is an FG while you're flicking up on your right stick, and then wait out a little bit, and then hold turbo and bottom left. Again, tips for the move: the ball should always be going behind your player. When you mess up the move, if you're going too forward, then your left stick is way too sideways. And also, you need to wait a pretty good amount of time when you do the FG slide out of this behind the back, or else it'll just give you a regular crossover and not the correct FG animation. Other than that, that should be it for this move. So for this next move, it's kind of like a slow twirl, not kind of slow twirl-esque move out of just kind of like a moving spin. So all you need to do is just get this moving spin out of whatever you get it out of. Personally, I like to get it out of a standing spin, but I hold L2 the entire time. I feel like that gives me the most consistent spin. And then you're going to wait for the spin animation to play out just a little bit. And then when your player is kind of facing to the left but a little bit more up, you're going to hold turbo and L2 and have your left stick go to the bottom right. And then once it gets to the bottom right, you're going to hold it there for a little bit of time, and then you're going to slowly rotate it over to bottom left. Sometimes it gives you a band move out of it, which looks really cool. But most of the times it gives you a walk back like I showed in this video. I didn't want to show the band move because I don't know how to do that consistently, but I do know how to get this walk back consistently, which is just holding bottom left. So this is probably the most anticipated move of the tutorial. This is how you do the slow twirl. Now I'll preface this video, there are other ways to do this move, but this is how I personally did it, and this is how me and Verified Combos figured out how to do it. Then here again, there are other ways to do this move. So if you know how to do this move and this is not how you do it, then just do it the way that you do it. So what you need for this move, you need quick dribble style or LeBron James dribble style. That's what I've been told helps, and what doesn't help, but I don't know if it helps or not. I haven't really tried it without quick or LeBron on. But to do this move, you're going to do a FG slide, a regular FG slide, when you flick down on your right stick. But when you do your FG slide, you're going to want to have your left stick top left. You do not want to get an FG slide where your player is going to sideways, because you will not hit the move. Also, when you do your FG slide, you are going to hold turbo and you're not going to let go of it until the very end of the combo. So, once you get your FG slide animation down, you're holding turbo and you let go of L2 like you normally would do for an FG slide. You're going to wait a little bit of time, and you're going to wait, and right when your player starts to slow down, you're going to hold L2 while still holding turbo, and then you are going to slightly, like you're breathing on your left stick, you're going to slightly hold it top left, and then you are going to rotate it down to top left, but a little bit more to the left, but you're not going to rotate your stick that much at all. You have to be really exact with this move, and you have to focus hard as hell just to hit it. But once you get it down and you keep doing it more and more, it's going to get easier. But when you're first starting to do this move, it's going to take a lot of focus, and the timing's weird. The stick movements are weird. And it's just like a lot of stuff that you normally wouldn't do. Like, no one really holds turbo during their FG slides. And not a lot of combos this year you have to hold turbo for a prolonged period of time. But this move is doable, and you can get it somewhat consistent. I've probably hit it a dozen times in park. I know Verified Combos hit it like 4 times in one park game. I was with them. So y'all can definitely do this move at least somewhat consistently and get your park clip with it, as long as you just listen to the directions.